Did you know that this Thanksgiving holiday weekend, over 41 million people will travel 50 miles or more from their home? When you travel in a car, especially, you need to do a pre-trip check to make sure that you arrive at your destination safely and without incident. There are really only a few things you need to check. You have the engine oil, you've got the coolant, the power steering, tire pressure, and the washer fluid. Now, first and most important is the engine oil. Right in front of the engine, a brightly colored thing like you see here. What you need to do to check this is get a handy dandy napkin from your favorite pizza place. Wipe the dipstick. Stick it back in. Keep in mind you want to do this cold. You never want to do this right after driving. Pull the dipstick out again. Check the oil level. If the oil is up to the max line, you're fine. You don't really want it to be over the max line because that can cause problems with the engine itself. And you definitely don't want it to be completely dry or halfway off the dipstick. That's not good. You need to add oil at that point. Probably the second most important is the coolant. Looking at the reservoir, kind of shake it a little bit. And I have a Swedish car, so it comes off, and you can look at it, see how much is in there. I'm a little bit low, but at the moment that's not that important because I know I have a leak in my radiator. Getting fixed soon, not a problem. The third is the power steering. Is open this. Do all of this while your car is cold. You do not want to do this when your car is hot. Open this out. Take a look at it. Not with the oiled side, with a clean one. Dip it back in. Look at it. If it is at the cold line, you're fine. But be above either of those lines for the current temperature. Again, wipe it off. Replace it. It's usually spring-loaded, should snap into place just like that. Now, the next thing you might not think is important, but especially if you're going to be traveling over the winter Festivus holiday, it's Christmas, really. Especially if you're going to be traveling over Christmas, you want to check the washer fluid and not drop the cap in there because that's bad. If you can see fluid in there, you're usually fine. If you're really low on fluid, the light on the dashboard will come on. Not a huge deal. Get some washer fluid from your local convenience store, or even if you're out, you need some, mix some Windex and some water. Same stuff. The last thing that you really need to check is the tire pressure. And if you'll come around here, the tire pressure is indicated by usually markings on the inside of your gas flap, so pop your gas flap. Look in here. Mine says, as you can see right here, I hand wrote this myself because 5 psi, that's pounds per square inch. All you have to do is take your handy dandy tire pressure gauge. You can also get this for a couple dollars at your local convenience store. You get a firm seal so that no air gets out. Remove it, and you take a look at that. Right at 32. Right in the lower range. Now, it's very important that during the summer, over the summer break, you want to make sure your car tires have more towards the lower side because the air is going to heat up. Because if you have too much air in there, it heats up, you can blow out a tire. Tires are very expensive if you've never had to buy one. During the wintertime, you want it to have more towards the 35 range, the upper range of your tire pressure, just so that as it cools down, you still have enough air in the tire. Having air in the tires correctly is one of the biggest keys to having a great fuel economy. So just remember, if you do all those little checks, you only need to do these things maybe once a week. Do all these little checks and you're sure to arrive safe and sound at your destination this holiday.